Welcome back to Benchwarmers here at Warwick Workouts in Sioux Falls. Let's talk about specialization for young kids and high school kids. Should they be able to play, or should they play more than one sport, in your opinion? This is a battle that rages. What's your thought on specialization?
Well, I don't really like the specialization part of it. I think that kids should play a lot of different sports. Basketball is a skill sport, so it does take more time, but there's always time of the day. You can go out and play some basketball after football practice. You can go and play some after a track workout. You can play in the summertime if you're playing baseball in between that. So I like to see kids being involved in a lot of sports. But if you're serious about the game of basketball, want to get better, you have to put more time in on the skill piece of it. So, but as far as specializing at a young age, I'm not a believer of that.
Brendan, when you were at St. Thomas More, even in high school, were you just a hoop player? How did it go?
I'm an absolute gym rat. I spent a lot of time in the gym, but I also played soccer, and honestly, I was probably a better soccer player than I was basketball player. So I don't agree with specialization at all either. I think to be a well-rounded athlete, you should play multiple sports, and it also helps with accepting other roles. Like, you could be a stud basketball player. It doesn't hurt to go play football to go see what it's like to be one of those regular players and accept different roles, and it's kind of just good for building overall athletes and just better people in general.
And not that there's anything wrong if you're going to play one sport. I mean, we're not knocking that, but I hear you on playing multiple things. So talk about this. If somebody puts their kids in one of your camps and something like this, a young kid, a 5th or 6th grader, whatever level, boy, girl, how much is on their kid to learn what you're trying to teach, and how much is on you guys? Is it a 50-50 thing, proposition, or what?
Well, I think part of that, we want to be the best teachers of the skills that we're teaching, but we endlessly talk about, we're setting you up to walk out of the gym to go work on the skills that we're teaching. So I mean, it's a high rep, an intensity type thing for a kid to become more skilled. So, if they're just coming in for a camp on that part of it, that's our goal, is to try to set them up to walk out of here to go work on their game and become a better skilled player.
Okay. How do you look at it when you're an instructor? How do you look at that?
I agree with Coach on that, and our job is to give them a bunch of different things to take home and work on their own. So I think it's about 50-50. Obviously, when we have them in the gym, we want to keep our energy high. We want to teach it as best as we can. And at the end of the day, it's not what you know, it's what you can teach. So yeah, I can see some moves in the NBA, but if you can't break it down and teach it to a kindergartner, it's not going to do you any good. So there is a process of getting these stuffs that we do in workouts to these workouts, which is that's what I think kind of separates us. And like Coach said, if the only time you're working out is when you're in the gym with us, that's not going to be enough. So it is about 50-50.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily just specialize, but you need to work in the off season if you're going to play high school ball. You got to get that done. All right, we agree on that. When we come back, we're going to get a little demonstration from Brennan. We're going to bring Matt Cartwright in for some shooting instruction when we come back here on Benchwarmers.